So to talk about what addiction is, I thought I'd give you this model and start with the idea that we have a feeling state homeostatically maintained baseline. So if I bumped into you on the street later and I said, "How are you doing?" and you said, "I'm doing fine," that would be your homeostasis. Yours might be different than mine, but we all have one. This is really actively maintained by the nervous system. And it's necessary so that we know if something good or bad happens. For instance, if it's your birthday and you have a great day, you'll feel better than that. And that's how you know something wonderful has happened. I don't know if you've noticed, but the day after your birthday is usually a little bit of a letdown. You don't go right back to your middle baseline. That great day you had kind of comes with a cost, and then you return to baseline. The same thing can happen if an adverse experience occurs. So you feel maybe worried or threatened. If that threat goes away, then you feel relaxed and especially cool before, again, returning to baseline. So basically, we start with this homeostatically maintained feeling state that we kind of move around as good and bad things happen, and that's how we know if good and bad things happen. Well, some of us learn that alcohol and other drugs can cause changes in that feeling state to make us feel better than our homeostatically maintained baseline. But you'll notice probably that even a drink or two has a little cost. It might be that you feel not quite normal or a little bit hungover or you don't sleep as well. And then you come back to your baseline. But we don't have to stop with a drink or two, do we? So you could have more than one drink or maybe throw in a little weed, and that would be better. So we can control the delivery of these things. You can only have so many birthdays, right? And you can even take more than just the alcohol and the weed and get really happy. So that seems great, except it's not from the brain's perspective. And the brain will adapt to cause tolerance so that you're not quite as happy, and even eventually enough tolerance that you're really feeling basically normal with your drugs. That adaptation is to maintain the baseline, and that also happens when you take the drugs away, is when you really notice it. So if you're now normal with the drugs, when the drugs are gone, you're on the opposite extreme.
Does someone you love suffer from drug addiction? Accidental drug overdoses are the #1 cause of unnatural deaths. Don't wait until it's too late. Call our 24/7 helpline at 1-800-648-6734. A caring addiction specialist is awaiting your call.